Morning, everybody. It is November 10th. It's a Saturday. It's about 27 degrees. I'm at the Hayden Pass trailhead to the Highline Trail. I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that the Mirror Lake Highway is still open this late in the season, and I'm gonna see if I can go down to Packard Lake. I've never been there before. It's about 3 miles to the turnoff to the trail down there, and then another 1.5 miles, 2 miles down there, I think, down to the actual lake. So, getting to explore a new area I haven't been on. I've been on the Highline here a couple times. Snow doesn't look too bad. I'll give you a little picture here. Don't think I'll need my gaiters or my micro spikes on. The snow is soft but not powdery, so good to walk on. Weather is, it's mostly cloudy right now. The sun is up, but we can't see it. It's behind the clouds. There's a small chance of flurries this morning, and then I'm hoping it's gonna open up a little bit for the rest of the day. Short day, being this time of year, so I got to take advantage of the trail time here. So we'll check in a little bit later down the trail after we make our about a 300-foot drop here. Coming up to the first trail junction. This should be the junction with the Mirror Lake Trail. And indeed it is. We're going to head towards Rocky Sea Pass. Won't be going anywhere near that close to the pass, but that's the direction we're going. Mildly concerning. Looks like I'll have to punch through ice to get some water. Well, I'm just a little bit west of Scudder Lake, and I'm starting to see the first signs of the fire damage from the Murdock fire that blew its way up the drainage to here. A few trees got it so far. The reports that I had heard that it had gone to Scudder Lake, so I'm not surprised to see it here, and I'm curious to see how bad the damage is further on. I can see more significant burn up through the trees there. I don't know if you can see it on the video yet, but definitely burned all the way over there. Well, I'm just a few yards back from where I took the last video, and this is Packard Lake coming up, and wow, it did burn up here. It's sad to see it burn here because this is one picturesque lake in the evening for sunsets. I'll make my way down there to the shoreline. Wow, what a different view. Well, this is very strange walking through this, and a little difficult to find the trail. I don't have a route on my inReach for this due to some technical difficulties that I got to call customer support about, but there's a lot of trees that came down because of the fire, and so it's not particularly clear where the trail is. Thinking I'm on it right now, but I do have a map on my inReach so I can follow that, but the routes that are on the map aren't very accurate, so very strange feeling going through here. Hey, here's two trees that came down and burned. There's one that's all but ready to fall down. It's going to be a little bit dangerous in here for a while. Just leaving Packard Lake. Boy, the fire definitely came right up the drainage. I sure hate to see it. It was definitely hot in here. I'm seeing a lot of this rocks where it's fractured off flakes, and I'm assuming that's from the heat. Not just a couple of them, there's quite a few of them like that. Well, I've reached the eastern edge of the burn along the trail. Pretty stark in there. Everything burned. I don't see anything that didn't burn. All the ground cover, every tree. So it was definitely hot. All the bridges and boardwalks are all burned out anywhere where they're above ground. Nothing left but nails in a lot of places. Definitely will be some serious trail maintenance needed here. Somebody's squawking up there. Well, coming up to the trail junction for Packard Lake. Well, let's see how this is to follow. Looks like it's on the other side of this tree that's down. This is what I'm dealing with here today. There's new trees down everywhere, so I have to really keep an eye out where I'm going. Here we go. I'm hoping the trail's easy to follow through here. Never been on this trail before. I do have the map on my inReach and a paper map. Of course, I have a compass as well. But it should be nice to just be able to follow the trail. And I'm hoping it's kind of like this the rest of the way. I think we go by 2 lakes. I can't remember the name. I think one of them was Wyman Lake, but there's another smaller one off to the right of the trail, and I can't remember the name of it, but we'll look it up when we get down there. On the Packard Lake Trail, and it's called Wilder Lake. Definitely frozen over. Looks like the clouds are clearing out for me. The sun's coming out and it's getting really nice. I'm going to take a little break here for a minute, and I'll get back on the trail and we'll hit the next lake. Well, I just came over a little mountain here, coming up from the lake I was just at, Wilder Lake. I missed my turnoff for the trail and I ended up going all the way around the end of the lake, so I had to double back. And then I'm following the map, the route on the map that I have in the inReach, and I couldn't find the trail anywhere, so I just cross-countryed over the top. I just come down to this meadow here. I dropped a waypoint up there where I came into this, so I can find and navigate back to that. This definitely looks like trail here. But it was snow was pretty deep. It was about a foot deep, not really deep, but enough to make it a chore. Post holing a few places coming up because it was on the shady side. So what I did notice is I cannot find, there are no blazes on the trees, no rock cairns anywhere, so I don't even know if I'm on the trail or not. This looks like the trail, or a trail, and it's heading in the general direction of the trail I see on the map. So we'll just keep going down that way for now. And oh, I think that might be an old blaze right there. That's iffy. I'm not going to depend on that. So We're gonna keep going and we'll check in a little bit. Well, this is the second of the 3 lakes leading into the destination for the day. We'll go down here and take a look. And I'll be darned, both the printed map and the map on my inReach does not give the name on this, but I know, I want to say it's Wyman Lake, something like that. So we're going to keep going along the east of this lake, and I think it's only about half a mile to Packard. So we'll see if we can keep on the trail this time. Here we go. Well, this makes me feel better. At least it's a trail. I hope it's the right one, but I think it is. Here we go. Well, I'm about a quarter mile past Wyman Lake. I think it's Wyman. And I'm starting to get into some burn. So it definitely made it over to here. It looks like I'm going to be in it here in just a few hundred yards. I feel a little better. I'm being able to follow the trail here. I don't really like to spend too much time bushwhacking it, especially in the winter weather. Now see, we got trees down over the trail here again. Burned. Question is, where is the trail? I think it's over here. It'll be interesting to follow my tracks back. Well, now I'm not sure if I'm on the trail or not. Let's jockey over here a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Well, I took a little segue off the trail. Come down here and look at this view, the Duchesne River drainage. Oh my gosh. So we had a little burn make it over and down the bottom there. So that's great. I did last summer, I think it was, I did a loop I called the Mirror Lake Highline Loop. I started at Mirror Lake and came down the North Fork Trail of the Duchesne River, and let's see if I can point out where that is. Take my gloves off. So it comes down that drainage there all the way to the bottom down to the river, and they join up right down in there, and then the trail comes up and follows this down at the bottom and makes its way all the way up this drainage, and then connects back up with the Highline. And then I came back along the Highline. That was the longest day hike I've ever done. I think it was 20 miles right on the dot, but it was fun. Wow, this is great. Well, I made it to Packard Lake. Get down here where we can get a good look. It's right on the edge of these cliffs. that overlook the Duchesne River drainage. Oh, post hole in here. Oh, there we go again. See if I can get over here somewhere. Oh. Can't find a stable spot here. All right. Now Mount Agassiz right there. Wow. Well, I just got done having a little lunch, resting a little bit, taking some pictures, and it's time to head back. Short day, I got to make sure I give myself plenty of time to get back on the trail and get back to the trailhead. Loving this overlook here. I'm gonna spin around here and give you one last shot at it. It's pretty incredible. That was my view for my lunch. So here we go, back on the trail. I'm hoping when I go over the ridge that I dropped over where I was cross-countrying it, I'm hoping when I go over it, I found the trail on this side of it. I hope that I can follow it all the way back and I don't have to go bushwhacking and post holing all the way back. So keep my fingers crossed on that. The weather's been pretty nice. Got a little bit of a wind blowing, so it does get cold every once in a while, but when I'm on the trail, I'm plenty warm. So here we go. A little note, it's 5.7 miles to Packard Lake. That might be 2 or 3 tenths longer than it should be because of when I got off trail around Wilder Lake. And it sits right dead at 10,000 feet, which is kind of interesting. So here we go. This is where I hooked back up with the trail after coming across this mountain here. So hopefully I can follow it back instead of going across the top again. I put a, sorry about the jerkiness here, slipping and sliding a little bit. Put a stick in the middle of the trail where I came in so I'd know where I was starting from. And there it is. So I'll just follow this trail up and hopefully we'll have a better experience. Pretty steep, so I'll be going slow. Well, it's kind of steep, but it wasn't very far to the top. Legs are tired though. I want you to know there's a blaze right there. Never could hook up and find this on the way over. I definitely went the hard way. I was further east of here and I had to come up and zigzag a lot around deadfall and drifty deep snow. Oh man, how did I miss this? Well, we'll have a track for next time. It's so quiet and calm in here. Lots of rabbit tracks everywhere. Mice. See those? And I think I've seen some cat tracks. Small cat like a bobcat or a lynx. That'd be pretty exciting to see one of them. So pretty up in here. Ah, we're coming down into Lake Wilder. I definitely didn't go up the right way. Of course, I was depending on the route that's on the Garmin map, and it's actually Delorme's map, I think. The trails are way out of date. Some of them are way off. Just get down here without falling on my butt. Wow. I think I'll go around this one. Okay, I'm on the grind going up from Wilder Lake up to the Highline Trail, and it's a pretty good grind. There's definitely some burn in here from the Murdock fire. These trees have just come down from being burned. I imagine a lot of the dead trees that were killed by the pine beetles have the fire was just basically all they could take, and they're down now. There's a lot of them. You can see them all right here. Was a little bit selective though, you know, so there's a burned one there and around the bottom on the ground, but the adjacent trees did not burn. You can see where they crisped up. They're a little yellow or orange from the heat, I imagine, from that tree burning. But it's interesting how one will burn and the other ones don't catch, and then you can go a quarter of a mile and there aren't any, and then all of a sudden there's another one. Just hot embers, I guess. I'm back on the Highline, going through the graveyard. I don't know what else to call it. Definitely has a solemn feel to it. Trailhead. I just got done talking to the same two guys that pulled in this parking lot this morning at the same time I did. I thought they were going to summit Mount Agassiz, but it turned out they were going up to ice climb. Apparently there's a couple of cols up there that have enough ice to climb in, so they went up on the, I guess, the southwest side of it, and had a little fun up there. And I just happened to, I was with them when they split off to head to the north off trail, and I was stopped taking a little breather, and they just caught up with me. They had just come down, so probably had a chat with them for probably 30 minutes. So anyway, just about to the trailhead. We'll check in when we get up there, and some final thoughts and wrap this up. Well, I made it back to the trailhead. I decided to jump in the truck and get it going. Ended up being 10.2 miles, so it was a really good workout. Weather stayed really nice, never got too cold. Had blue sky most of the day. Started out cloudy in the morning, but cleared off very nicely. Just don't like the end of the Highline. It's a cruel trail because it finishes with a big climb up the trailhead, so it always beats me up for some reason because I'm always tired by that point. So, well, we'll see what we can come up with for our next adventure, and we'll check in with you guys when that comes up. So, till then, see you later.